loose associations here on The Gist, and since it's basically Easter and we did see that awesome Megalodon shark in Battlefield 4 the other day, I reckon we should talk about super cool gaming Easter eggs. Here's a list of some of my favorites, but do let me know if I miss out on yours. It's a pretty great thing when a wonderful rumor and a cool developer meet, and such was the case with Diablo 2's secret cow level. Around the time Diablo the First was released, rumors of a secret cow level spread like wildfire. Unfortunately, that was not the case initially, but Blizzard proved they were good guy Gregs by delivering an actual secret cow level as an Easter egg in Diablo 2. In it, not only do you fight a horde of cranky cows, but there's also a cow king to be defeated for loot, glory, and bragging rights if you have the skills. It's pretty amusing. I'm sorry about that. Next up, I've got a couple of Easter eggs from a game you might actually be playing. GTA 5 is a treasure trove of references, but some of them do get a little creepy. First up, there's a stack of UFOs that you can find around the place. The first is submerged up north, and the next three appear once you've reached 100% completion. Pushing into the downright supernatural, there's also the ghost of Jolene Cranley Evans, who haunts the top of Mount Gordo at around 11 PM at night. If you want your GTA 5 play to go from criminal fun times to horror in 60 seconds. Speaking of horror, the survival horror series Silent Hill is pretty well known for having multiple endings and joke endings, but some are a little more bizarre than others. Perhaps the most obscure is the so-called dog ending from Silent Hill 2. You need to finish the game 3 times, which then allows you to find a secret key in a dog house. You eventually use this key to unlock a door and meet Mira, a Shiba Inu dog who's been controlling the events of the entire game with her canine prowess. When James confronts Mira, she seems to lick his face, and then that's that. Hilarity ensues though, which makes the drastic change in tone pretty welcome. And my favorite Easter egg comes from the Metal Gear Solid series. This is a perfect example of what makes the madness of Metal Gear so great. There's a boss battle with a character called The End in Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, who puts up a real fight. He's an elderly master sniper with the ability to photosynthesize for some reason, and he has a real knack for camouflaging himself in the Russian wilderness. If played the regular way, the battle involves crawling very slowly through grass and painstakingly searching the dense jungle for a clue to his whereabouts without exposing yourself. This battle can usually take up to an hour on average, but this isn't your only option. You can, if you so choose, begin the fight with The End and then turn off the game and either wait a week or fast forward your console system clock. Either option will result in The End having died from old age when you pop back into the game. Alternatively, you can snipe him when you see him sitting in a wheelchair much earlier in the game and avoid the battle altogether. Either way, really. Last week, I offered up my opinions on whether I thought The Elder Scrolls Online would appeal to Elder Scrolls fans, and you guys had a lot to say about it. Death of the Ninja pointed out, all that is said throughout this video is Skyrim, Skyrim, Skyrim. Wasn't there other games before, and why do we have to compare an MMO from ZeniMax Online to Skyrim made by Bethesda Game Studios? Skyrim is certainly used as an example in this video, but it's not the only comparison that's being drawn. It's a fair point to note that the games are developed by different studios, but to stack up single-player and massively multiplayer RPGs and think about how fans of one might respond to the other, you have to find some points of reference. Winter Ray added, I really have to disagree on the graphics. The Elder Scrolls Online is so much better looking than Skyrim if you've got the hardware to support it. It definitely adds to the immersion of the game, and to me, Skyrim really never looked that great to begin with. You do have a good point there. While I was mostly disappointed in the animations, the world of the Elder Scrolls Online does have a certain aesthetic appeal. To be fair though, a lot of the vocal opinions can be summed up in the thoughts of Dan Mallon. It's an MMO first and Elder Scrolls second, to be honest. I've heard plenty more great Easter egg suggestions like Minecraft in Borderlands and the chicken in Gears of War, but do let me know what your all-time favorites are in that comment section below, and I'll see you next week.